Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another juicy, bombastic, thick video. In today's video, I'm going to be providing you guys with the best Gus guide ever. I'm going to give you the overview, tips and tricks, what best maps are for Gus, Gus's best build, literally everything you need when it comes to playing Gus to make sure you reach max tier or master Gus or even main Gus. Listen, I ain't a Gus main, but I can still provide you with the best tips, and if there are any Gus mains, please let me know in the comments down below with some tips and tricks. Go and help out the fellow community, and also join my Discord if you want extra tips and also people to play with. Join my Discord, it's always ready and it's always a link in description. Let's jump straight into the video. Basic overview is what I'm going to start with first. Gus is a support class brawler and a super rare. He has moderate health and it varies by power level. Now I started off by saying he's a support because I know Gus is very versatile, but please play him as a support. Gus isn't one of those assassins or like semi-assassins like Gray who can easily kill opponents. Gus, he's not really like that. He kind of is, but he's not really like that. I'll dive into more of that later on. His super allows him to give shield to allies, and his normal attack is a single target attack, dealing quite a lot of damage, I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, some tips are to use Spirit Blast from a different distance. Spirit Blast is his main attack. You want to make sure that you're using it in long-range maps. The best maps you want to be playing for Gus aren't maps with walls. Do not play Gus on a walls map. I don't know who would do that, but please do not use Gus on a very closed map. Use Gus on rather open maps and avoid playing Gus on very bushy maps, especially Snake Parade. I believe that's what it's called. Snake Parade is that one map in Bounty where it's full of bushes. Don't even think about playing Gus on that map, but you want to make sure that you're using walls and long range pressure to poke enemies without exposing yourself. One thing about Gus is he's very good at poking enemies. You can easily, if you don't know what poke means, it means when you shoot an enemy, go to the wall, shoot, go to the wall without you actually taking any damage. You want to make sure that you're doing that because this allows you to have maximum of your health, whilst the enemy, if you're able to hit your shots of course, then the enemy will have low health. Now, if you're wondering what the best build for Gus is, the best build you want to be using is the gadget called Cookie Popper. This activates all unused healing ghosts on the map, dealing damage to all enemies which are there. Now, a tip for this gadget is to save ghosts. You want to make sure that you're saving ghosts for deal max damage. If you save your ghost, then you're going to deal a lot of damage, because I was going to say the amount of damage of each ghost does, but I don't actually remember because I'm not a Gus maid, okay? I'm not that much of a Gus neek to know how much damage Cookie Popper does, but I'll say right now it does do a lot of damage. And one good tip is do not ever wait to use this gadget. Straight away, as soon as you've got an enemy low, let's say the enemy is 2 shots away, you want to make sure that you're using your ghost. Make sure you use the ghost first, and then I don't even give them a second to react to it. Instantly spam that gadget so that it activates and you get the kill. Because the thing is, if you wait to pop the gadget, let's say you hit an opponent with your ghost attack and the ghost is on the ground, however you wait for let's say 2 seconds, then you click your gadget, the enemy by the time is going to be out of the radius. The radius is really small for that ghost, so you want to make sure that as soon as you notice that you've hit your thing on the ground, as soon as it turns green, as soon as the gadget turns green, make sure you are spamming that gadget and using your super. Now, for the star power, you want to be making sure that you're using the star power that heals you 100% more. I think that's what it's called. Wait, let me give you the actual description. It's the gadget that it's the star power that when you use it, you will get 100% more value out of your ghost. This is definitely the best star power that you want to be using. For the gears, you want to be making sure that you're using the damage gear. As always, literally every single brawler, you want to be using the damage gear, and you want to be using the health gear. Now, health gear works for every single support basically and assassin, because health gear, it makes sure that you prioritize health, which is something you very much need. And that is everything for the build and for the map. So we're going to hop into the playstyle and the role. Gus, you know, is a very versatile support. He thrives in helping his team throughout healing and shielding. And here's how to play him effectively. We're going to start with the early game. Now, for the early game, your main priorities are going to want to be focused on charging your super by poking enemies with Spirit Blast. And you want to make sure that you're positioning yourself safely and controlling healing ghost placement. Now, for the start of the game, I wouldn't recommend you actually collecting all of your ghosts, which is a major tip I want to say right now. Listen, just because you've got a ghost on the ground doesn't mean you should use it. Just like how, let's say you're Elon Musk, you get money. Like, I know some of y'all don't get money, but listen, let's say you get money, don't use it straight away, save it. Same thing for Gus over here. You want to make sure that if you're getting a ghost on the ground, don't use it, especially to heal yourself when you're like, when you can manually heal. Let's say there's no enemies at all near you. Don't pick up the ghost, just heal normally. If there are enemies around you and you really need to use that ghost, then go ahead, use it. But then also, don't be allergic to your ghosts. Listen, your ghosts are for you. Now, I say don't be allergic to your ghosts because I was once that guy. I was once that guy where I'd have still, it would be at the end of the game and I'd have like 30 ghosts still there. Okay, maybe not 30, but maybe like 5 ghosts still on the map because I don't pick up my ghosts. You want to make sure that you're taking a good balance. Make sure that you always have at least 1 ghost on the map so that you're able to actually control. Now for the mid game, if you're in the mid game situation, you want to make sure that you're using your healing ghosts to keep teammates alive during engagements. Save all of your ghosts for mid, but don't save them for late because when it becomes late, you won't really have much. You shouldn't really be having much ghosts because you're going to win the game. And like I said, don't be allergic to your ghosts. You want to make sure that you're saving your super for crucial moments when an ally or you are about to take heavy damage. Don't just use your super because an enemy is about to attack you. Use it, of course, if a Mortis, let's say, dashes onto you, because your super gives you knockback, make sure you are using your super if a Mortis dashes onto you. But make sure that you're always prioritizing your super. Your super is something that's going to keep Gus alive. Let's say you're in the late game. What do you want to do? You want to play more aggressively with your shield to create opportunities for your team. Ensure healing ghosts are always available for your teammates during the end game as well. Now we're going to move on to the best game modes for Gus. Gem Grab, definitely. Brawl, Heart Zone, Knockout. Do not play Heist. Do not play Heist. But yeah, that's the top best game modes you want to play. If you want the general top game modes best, it's going to be Gem Grab at number 1, Brawl number 2, Knockout at number 3, and Bounty at number 4. But this is because Gus is so good in long range maps, and Knockout, Bounty, and Wipeout are normally those long range maps. Now we're going to go on to counters and synergies. Sadly, Gus gets countered by brawlers that can do lots of damage. Let's say Colt and Brock. Not only are these brawlers long ranged, but they can also be very aggressive on you. And also assassins. Make sure you are always making sure you're not staying near assassins like Edgar, Leon, Mortis. Like I said, make sure you always have your super to deal with them. Gus is really good with other brawlers such as Frank, El Primo, basically the tanks. He is very good because he can give them shield for sustained aggression, allowing your team to constantly provide aggression onto the enemy team. He's also good with mid-range control brawlers. Examples are Pam and Penny. Pam, by the way. Pam, I know she's not in the meta, but guess what? Gus is really good with her. Do not play Gus in an all-heal team or with throwers. You want to make sure that you're playing Gus not with squishy brawlers, but brawlers can actually defend you. I would say Gus and Fang. Gus and Fang is probably the most common one, but it's also the best one always. You want to make sure, a few tips before I end this video is always stay behind your teammates. Your role is a support, not to lead the charge. Shield squishy teammates for better survivability. Let's say there's a thrower. You want to make sure that you're giving the thrower the shield. And also, don't greed the shield. I know it's your super, but you've got teammates who actually need the shield more than you. So if you ever find a teammate low or he's about to get rushed, don't just sit there and watch him get rushed. Make sure you heal my boy and give him that shield. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. Make sure y'all join my Discord if you want to find some Gus mates who can give you tips or play with some people. You never know, you may have some bad randoms and you want to play with some good teammates. Join my Discord. I hope this video, you really enjoyed it. Like and subscribe.